name is Presvytera Melanie DiStefano, and I work for the Greek Orthodox Archdiocese Center for Family Care. I'm very happy to be with you. God bless you, parents and children. Today I wanted to introduce you to a very good friend of mine and to talk a little bit about this friend. But before I actually say her name, I would like to say a little bit about her. So this friend has not had an easy life. She really inspires me in times of my own suffering because she's gotten through so many struggles with God's help. She was born to older parents, so she became an orphan at a very young age as a child. And a few years later, she became a teenage mother. And then when it was time to deliver her baby, she was in a place that didn't have a hospital bed or a clean room even to have her baby in, and so she had to have her baby in a cave. And then people were trying to kill her baby, so she had to flee with a young child to another land to protect this child and save her child from danger. And then as her child grew, she had to watch as people misunderstood him and became angry with him and persecuted him because they didn't like what he had to say. And finally, this culminated with her having to watch him be executed on the cross. And I think you probably all know who I'm talking about, and that I'm talking about the Virgin Mary. And she goes by many aliases. We know her to be Theotokos, Panagia, Champion General, as we say in the Akathist hymn, Protectress, Directress, Lady. I want to go to the one title of Panagia and explain a little bit that Panagia, most holy, actually literally means, holy means set apart by God for a very special purpose. And Pan means most. And so she was indeed set apart by God for the most special purpose in all of history, which was to bear God, the Word, to become the mother of Jesus, who is the second person of the Trinity. And so because of this, she has the most special role. But I want us to consider this and not be envious of her role or wonder why she was chosen, because Jesus makes it clear in the Gospels that those who are chosen are truly the ones who choose. And she had to say yes to God's question to become the mother of God. And in her saying yes, she became chosen. So God is always gesturing to us with an invitation to become the chosen people we already are. But he will not force us, and so he wants us to say yes. And so we can learn from her that to say yes to his desire for our life helps us to become the chosen people. So I wanted to talk a little bit about a special miracle. In the 7th century, Constantinople, the city was being besieged by barbaric forces because their emperor had been out fighting Persians, and so there was no one to protect them, no armies really to protect them. So Patriarch Sergius was wise at the time, and he decided, in order to encourage the faithful people when they were being surrounded by barbarians, he took an icon of the Virgin Mary and he lifted it high, and he and his clergymen and others surrounded and walked around the boundaries of their city, praying to the Virgin Mary and asking her for her protection. And shortly after they circled the city with this prayer, a large storm came through. It was so fierce that the enemy had to retreat and take shelter. And so without having to have any warfare, the people of Byzantium were saved. And in gratitude for this miracle, the people fled to the churches and they poured out their hearts in thanksgiving to the Virgin Mary all night long, and they did not sit down. Out of such joy and gratitude, they were standing on their feet all night, thanking the Virgin Mary for saving them through her prayers. And that's why we call the service that we sing traditionally on the 5 Fridays of Great Lent the akathist service, because in Greek that means to not sit. And so I wanted to encourage you all to, even though you can't flee to the churches at this time because of the unfortunate events which are happening in our world, and because we want to try to stay safe, we're not able to be in church the way we normally are. But we can still pray no matter where we are. No one can take that away from us. And so I encourage you to find time to pray the akathist at home. You can print off the words on the Go Arch website if you don't have a prayer book of the akathist. You can join along with live stream videos. You can download from iTunes akathist hymn. Icona has a beautiful CD of the akathist hymn. And participate, and maybe even time yourself. How long can you stand up while you say these prayers? This might be good for the little ones. Also, another idea that I think would be very beautiful is to possibly write your own poem to the Virgin Mary. You know, we're scared. This is a scary time. Parents and children feel unsettled. We aren't living our lives the way we normally do, and we're also maybe just sad because we don't get to see the people we normally see at school or sports, play our favorite sports or do activities. And she understands sadness. She's been through so much in her life. So I think we can write our own poem to her, just like people did centuries ago, and now we have this beautiful poem of the akathist. We can make our own little letters or poems and give them to our godly, our heavenly mother, as tokens of our love and gratitude for all she's given to us, for giving us the Son of God. Without her saying yes, we would not have Jesus in the flesh, showing us who God really is. And you know, she has his ear. You know, as his mother, he listens to her. And so it's not that we don't go to Jesus, we do, but we should also honor his mother for the great sacrifices she made on our behalf, and give her our little tokens of gratitude, and pour out our sadness to her, and write her a love poem and thanking her, and put it near her icon. Maybe your mom and dad can tape up a picture if you don't know how to write yet. Just some kind of way to show the Virgin Mary how much you love her, and I am sure she will bless you. And I want to encourage you all to continue to pray for one another and to take heart. We're all afraid and we all lose hope at times, but we're going to try to be here for one another. And like I said before, no one can take away our ability to pray to our God. Amen.